Welcome back to Perkins Pipes. Friends, you know that I enjoy making every single one of these videos, but I am about to have more fun in this video than maybe I've ever had in a video yet. First of all, I'm wearing my favorite ball cap of all time. Now, you guys know that I wear ball caps in pretty much every video, but I got this one for Father's Day from my son. It's got the logo from where he works. So there's that. I've got the gorgeous Peterson Professor pipe, one of my absolute favorites. Just love the way it smokes, love the way it handles. And I've got my, really, I think my favorite Lane RLP6 in the bowl. And if that weren't enough, I've got to share with you one of the nicest letters I've received because of this channel, and an incredibly special gift. So, and here's a little clue. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then let's get this guy lit and let's get to talking. So, I got my tamper here. Sometime back, a fellow emailed me and he wanted to send me some tea. There's a tea place, or actually it's a coffee shop that sells tea in Kentucky that he knew about, and he asked if I would be open to him sending me some tea. I said, absolutely. Well, he did. And when I opened the box, I got the most wonderful letter with the tea. So Kyle writes this. It says, Dear Professor Perkins, and I appreciate the upgrade, Kyle. I do have my master's degree in classics. I do not have my PhD. And while I have taught some at the university level, most of my career as at the secondary high school level. He says, I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for your truly wonderful videos. Each one is a delightful experience, bringing me immense joy and entertainment. Your ability to distill complex topics into engaging and understandable presentations is truly remarkable. So first of all, thank you for that. I think that's what a teacher should be able to do. And, I've spent my career doing that, so it translates into the videos. He says, I particularly want to commend your video discussing the Darmok episode from Star Trek The Next Generation. And I will link to that episode that I had done in the notes below. As a longtime fan of this series, I found your analysis to be insightful, thought-provoking, and deeply enriching. You managed to highlight nuances and themes I had not fully appreciated before, significantly enhancing my understanding and appreciation of this iconic episode. It's a testament to your pedagogical skill that you can make such profound connections and share them so effectively. Again, thank you, Kyle. As a small token to my appreciation for the countless hours of enjoyment and intellectual stimulation your work provides, please accept this humble gift of tea. I hope it brings you a moment of comfort and relaxation, much like your videos bring to me. Thank you once again for your exceptional contributions to online education and entertainment. Wow. Right, I could just stop the video there and say, hey, great note, end the video. Well, what he sent me, now I'm going to show them to you here, but what he sent me was a collection of 5 Earl Grey teas from a place called Coffee Times Coffee House in Kentucky. Lexington, I think. And again, we'll link to their website as well. So, each of them looks like this. Little bag. You rip the top off, and it is zip-locked. Zip-locked, and I don't know that the camera will really Be able to pick up the T there, but anyhow, maybe there we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these Earl Grey teas. You say, well, Earl Grey's Earl Grey. Not true. Although I confess, I thought that. I thought there's Earl Grey, and that's it. Turns out there are other than just the basic Earl Grey. So I've got my phone out here, and because I took notes on these, my wife and I have enjoyed some of these. Our daughter, who's home from Purdue University for the summer, she's been enjoying them with me. And anyhow, these are our notes. So, the first one we tried was the basic Earl Grey. And as I said in my notes, I said strong aroma out of the bag. Now, very strong bergamot. So you know Earl Grey, you know that's the main thing that gives Earl Grey its flavor. Very strong aroma. Mentioned nice zip-locked bag. That's really nice. So obviously these will preserve nicely as we're working through them. I said not overpowering in taste. Good basic Earl Grey. I think the strongest Earl Grey that I have had, and I love very, very much, is Republic of Tea. Now, there are other Earl Greys out there, tons. Taylor's is good that I like, but I think the strongest kind of punch in the palate is the Republic of Tea. So that's just really the strongest. So this is a good basic Earl Grey, but not overpowering. The next one we tried was this one, the Lavender Earl Grey. Lavender. Now, my daughter and I were both curious about this one. And as soon as we opened the bag, wow, strong lavender aroma. Very strong lavender aroma. Very smooth taste. I couldn't believe just how silky smooth it tasted. As I said in the notes here, subtle flavor. Very nice. Hint of lavender. So again, you're not overpowered by the lavender. I think it was stronger in the aroma than in the taste, which was very, very good to me. In fact, I said I think I liked it better than the straight Earl Grey. The next up was the Russian Earl Grey, and I'd never heard of such a thing. I had to do a little bit of looking up on it because I can't always just tell just from the aroma or even the taste sometimes of what it is I'm tasting or what it is I am smelling. And according to the notes I found, Russian Earl Grey often involves orange peel, lemongrass, and blue cornflowers. Pleasant aroma, very, very pleasant. Not overpowering in the bergamot. So those other aromas were going with that, and just really a very pleasant overall. I noted delightful, smooth flavor, not as strong as the lavender, but perhaps a touch better than the plain Earl Grey, again. And then I said like as well as the lavender. So really, really enjoyed the Russian. And again, as I said, lemongrass, orange peel, blue cornflowers. If that sounds interesting to you, then you might want to go out and try a Russian Earl Grey. Then there was an Earl Grey Green. So here it is, the Earl Grey Green. And I was blown away by the strong aroma, to me at least, of peaches. Now, I just said I don't ordinarily, or a lot of times I can't identify what it is I'm smelling. But this to me was quite strong in the peach aroma. I said tasted smooth, but the flavor not nearly as strong as the aroma. So all of these really, I would say, are more subtle in their flavors. Not to say that they are pale in their flavors in any way. You certainly get a good sensation, but it's not a real socceroony kind of in the face sort of thing. Which again, a lot of times I like, but honestly, as I was working through these, I really, really like these as well, because they were just a nice sipping tea. So I said, not as strong as the aroma. Overall, nice. Perhaps because it's green tea, nothing too distinct. Then I said lavender and Russian in the lead. So the Earl Grey green was nice. I think green in general is not a real strong flavor. And so maybe that's why that one seemed a little bit less in the flavor there. Then finally there was cream Earl Grey. Now this intrigued my daughter and me. As we were saying, what in the world? Cream Earl Grey. What does that mean? Well, right out of the bag, it had a very pleasant aroma that I couldn't quite identify. So I went and looked this up online, and apparently the cream Earl Grey has vanilla in it. And I didn't really recognize that as vanilla, but again, that's just me. But it's very, very, very pleasant aroma. I noted that it has a, wait for it, creamy taste. I don't know how else to say it. It really did. It had a creamy taste to it. And I said, I'm not sure that I cared for it. Now, my daughter, she definitely liked it. And I said to her, I said, listen, I like all of these very, very much. I'd say it's probably the one that I like the least out of 5 that I do enjoy very, very much. In fact, I would order any of these again. But, kind of just working backward, I think I would be least likely to order the cream, although I would definitely drink it again. Then the Earl Grey green. Good, very, very good. I just maybe want a little something more. And again, of course, how you steep it, all that. There's a lot that goes into the affecting of the taste. Same thing with our tobacco. Next would be the plain Earl Grey. So again, very, very good. But boy, 2 that I would go out of my way to get would be the lavender and the Russian. I would definitely go out of my way. Now, I'm not going to have to go out of my way to get any of these for quite some time. I don't think it says, it doesn't say how much or what the quantity is on the bag. It may say on their website. But we've had 2 or 3 cups out of each of these between among my wife, my daughter, and me. And there's still plenty left in each of them. So I'm going to be enjoying these for quite some time. So huge thanks to Kyle. I appreciate you, brother, so much. And so thoroughly enjoyed all of those. Can't wait to get back into more of them. So talk to me about your thoughts on Earl Grey specifically. Did you know any of these other types of Earl Greys, like the lavender, the Russian, the cream, the green? Maybe you did. Maybe there's even other Earl Greys out there that I'm still yet unaware of, so please pop those in there as well. But I highly recommend. It's called Coffee Times Coffee House. And again, we'll link to that in the notes below. Folks, as always, Malcolm Guite likes to say, I do these little things in order at last to do nothing. Or as I say in Latin, Parva ago ut tandem, nihil agam. Have a wonderful day.